Right, morning. So it's probably not the best of luck, but it's cracking on. We're doing another track day, like Three Sisters. So what I thought I'd show you, a couple of little modifications I've done since, is a bright red tow eye, so everyone can see it if we have an accident. And I put this little splitter on. I'm pretty sure I've not shown that in any of the videos. Now that's actually, as you can see, it fits quite well. That's not even for a KA, that's for a Mach 6 Fiesta, I'm pretty sure it is. So I just stuck it on, bolted it on, and then the ends here were too long, so I ain't got grinding them off. Took me 2 minutes, and I don't think it's a bad fit. So what I'm going to show you today, I think, is just quickly let me pre-check before the track day. What I do just to make sure it's right before I get there. So yeah, I'll show you now. Right, so it's dead simple. This is what I check. Come over to the water tank, make sure it's got water in. You can see that it has. And then the next is oil. So I know this car's been stud since the last track day, so it's probably a couple of months, to be honest with you. So I can just check this oil knowing that it's settled, you know what I mean? So I know it's at its lowest point. I don't need to bother wiping it and re-dipping it and all that stuff. And as we can see, perfect amount of oil on there. Looking at that second point, if anything there's maybe a touch too much, but we'll live with that. You can never have too much oil in a rusty old Ford, I suppose. So engine wise and everything, that's it. So then, although I already know this because I did it when I came off the track, I'll just quickly check the tread on the tyres. And as you can see, they're all dead good. I know the other one's good, I've already checked it. And then the last thing is I check all the indicators, so I stick the hazards on and I'll just go around and make sure the indicators are working, because obviously that's how you let people know you're getting out of the way. So that's my checks. I don't need anything else other than for it to start, which is going to be the final test now. So we are in. The key is in. We have power. 50,000 miles for those that don't believe me. And there you go, it fired up first time after being sat for I don't know how long. Smooth as a baby's bum. Right, there we go. I'm just going to let that warm up. You can see we're a bit low on petrol, so I'll have to nip out and get some petrol on the way to the track. That is it. So look, to get the KA out, I've got to move the Porsche out the way, just in case people don't believe me that I've still got it, because it's not really been on the channel very much. To tell you the truth, I don't really drive it. I've been thinking of selling it, but there we go, it's unlocked. Should we see if this fires up? Oh, just, we're lucky. Right, let's get it out of the way. Right, so we're on the way now. So obviously you've seen sort of my stationary pre-checks. The only other thing I do now is, as I'm driving down to the track, I'll check the brakes and stuff like that, especially with it being sat for a couple of weeks. So I just, you know what I mean, build up a bit of speed, stand on the brakes, build up a bit of speed, stand on the brakes, and just if there's any surface rust or anything like that on the discs, I'll wash them off, and that's basically it. I'll give it a bit of a wiggle as I get down the road here. In fact, I'm going around a little roundabout, and I'll just make sure there's no knocks, bangs and clangs, everything feels tight, and that's pretty much it. put a little bit of load into the tyres and I feel for the tyre pressures. I don't check tyre pressures so much, and the main reason I do that is because once you're battering around the track, your tyre pressures increase anyway. So whatever you check your tyre pressures at in the morning, within 5 minutes they're all to cock anyway. So I'm not worried about what the what a gauge says necessarily. I go off feel, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go and chuck a bit of fuel in, providing there's a petrol station open, and I'm going to try something a bit different today. Normally I brim it just in case I fancy any more laps on the day, but today I know I'm going to stick to the 3 sessions because I've got other things to do. So I'm going to go with only half a tank of petrol. And you might think, well, what's the significance of that? Well, half the petrol is quite a bit less weight in the car. And obviously some people modify the cars looking to save weight. They think carbon fibre this, carbon fibre that, and whatever they do, drill things out, and they're looking to save grams by doing that. You're not saving a whole lot of weight. Well, I can save a load of weight by just not putting as much fuel in. So we're going to see if that has any effect on the lap times, which I'm pretty sure it will, because as a general rule, the longer you go in the day, the quicker you get. And I pretty much put most of that down to using all the petrol. So you've less weight in your tank and you go quicker. That's it. So we'll use that as an experiment for today. We always like to try and take one little lesson from every track day, and we're going to see if this is today's. Right, so I'll catch up with you once we get there. See you in a bit. So we're here. I'm heading out for the first session. Bumped into a few familiar faces. Trig has brought his mate down with a Sierra that looks like it'll be alright. Going around the track, it's all stripped out and got roll cages and all that sort of business in it. And then I've met a fella here who's got a Subaru Impreza, who's a professional rally driver who's retired. He's 74 years old. I've not got his name yet, but his Impreza's pretty serious. And if you've been rallying for 30 years, I imagine he's going to be pretty handy as well. So we'll see what he's all about. He's going to follow me around and learn the track. So we'll see how we get on. So we've had a little the speech on the rules. It was painless, but the cars today seem to be a bit quicker than the last few times I've been. There seems to be BMWs and there's Audi S3s, and this TT in front's making all the right noises. It's got 2 pipes, and that generally means it's a 225 brake horsepower one, and it doesn't sound standard, so it might be a bit quicker than that. Then obviously we've got the 300 brake horsepower Impreza rally driver man behind me. I think I'm in for a kick in today. I don't think I'm going to overtake many people, but who knows. Let's see how the day progresses. Right, so we've had an hold up because the ambulance didn't turn up. So don't know what that was all about, but anyway, we're here now. So we've got talking to a few more lads. It's the very first track day, so they asked me to go to the front of the queue so they can all follow me around, which I think is a pretty wise decision from them, to be fair. So all we've got to do is hope they behave themselves. They all seem alright. That's it really. Just wait for the guy to give us the go ahead, and we'll take everyone around the track. Right, here we go. He's opened the gates. We're moving forward. And we're off. We're off. The medic must be here. I can't see any marshals. Oh, there's a marshal. slow laps to show the lads where to go. A good session. We pulled on everyone. We pulled on that 330 club spot, we pulled on that Cupra, we've done that whatever the Vauxhall thing's called, the VX220, and I was pulling away from him. I could see out the corner of my eye I was going round about as quick as the Impreza. Now I know he's dialing in his car and he's not trying put the boot in, but even still, that's a 330 brake horsepower Subaru Impreza STI driven by a rally driver with 30 years experience. The car's on coilovers and track day slicks and everything. It's a serious piece of kit. So even if he's not trying, that car's still going fast. I don't care what anyone says. And we were lapping about the same as him, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'll go and have a chat with him anyway, just in case he had any problems or whatever. But yeah, overall I'm happy with that session. That was really good. We'll get back to the pits now and see what's going on. I have a feeling them lads might come over and think I'm cheating and telling me I've modified my car or something. I haven't. That's what a 95 brake horsepower car can do if you know how to drive, basically, or if you do the suspension modifications and stuff and don't concentrate on power. And there we go. Right, see you back in the pit. So we're moving out. We've got a Twingo, this Impreza, me, and then some fancy stuff, Audi A5s, Mercs and stuff like that. And then the lads I made friends with earlier behind us. So I imagine once this Impreza gets wound up, I'm not going to catch him. We'll see how these big German barges get on, and then we'll see about if them lads have improved. So in the little break there when we weren't on the track, I've explained to them lads how to enter corners and stuff. So let's see if they've managed to apply any of it this time round, and if they make any improvements. I'm sure they will. They seem like nice lads. I'm sure they'll get better. But as we get around here, this guy's trying to be all over me and his Audi. He don't know what the flags are. If that's you, if you're watching this video, you're an idiot. You need to learn what the yellow flags mean. It means no overtaking. Well, now we're around this corner, let's get him. No idea what he's doing. He don't know how to drive at all. We fucking skinned him. Now we've got a red flag. So it looks like a broken down Fiesta. I can see it's nearly back to the pits, so I think we'll be moving away in a minute. So while we're down, I'll explain again for people what might be watching these videos, because I'm realising people are actually watching them. This fella in the Audi behind me does not know what the flags mean. He has no idea that you're not supposed to overtake on the yellows. Yellows are supposed to be slow, 30 mile an hour, and he's overtaking people and screaming about like a dickhead. And it's dangerous. So if you go to a track day, understand what the flags mean. It's really important. We'll just wait for one of the marshals to give us a go ahead. And I'm going to try and put some distance between me and this Audi, because he don't know how to drive. And if you are the driver of the Audi, I think rethink track days. They're probably not for you. And we're off. indicators. Another one who don't know what to do, indicators when you're moving over. If you're on a track day and you don't know the rules, fuck off the track. You're a fucking danger. Impreza dispatch with, pretty happy with that. That Audi never fucking caught us, he was a bell end. Got rid of that BMW who also didn't know the rules. What else? That Clio was quick, in fairness to it. Nothing else really bothered us. So there you go, once again, the importance of a fast car on a racetrack is absolutely minimal. You do not need a fast car to go around a racetrack. But what you do need is to read the fucking rules. I'm sick of people turning up and basically putting my life in danger by driving like twats because they don't read the fucking flag rules. Learn what the flags mean before coming on the racetrack. It's a joke. Anyway, apologies for the language. We're off the track now. We're just stuck in traffic, so I'll finish the video there. See you in a bit. Right, so we're here for the third session, which isn't really the third session, but it's the third session for me in my car. So I've let Trig have a go in the car, and I'm not sure if he recorded anything or he didn't. I guess we'll see when I start editing. But I went out with some of those lads what I met on the first session. The lad called Nad, specifically in his 330 Club Sport, and it's a big box ticking exercise that for me. I've always wanted to drive a 330 Club Sport, see what they're all about, and I wasn't really disappointed. The only slightly disappointing thing for it was he's got a little issue changing into third. Not 100% sure what it is. Feels like a slipping clutch, only does it in third. But anyway, I don't suppose that's the real point. The point was, what a nice fella, let me drive his car, and then I went out as a passenger, and we tightened up some of his driving. We've improved things for him, and his mates sort of followed us round, and everyone's kind of improved. Everyone's got quicker, and they've all enjoyed themselves, and they've all made some friends. So what more can you ask? So we're going out for the final session. Away we go. So if Nad's watching, look, we're doing it again. We turn in late, and then look at this. We move over here, cut back in, brake, turn in, hit the apex, come out to the edge, brake late, turn in sharp. You got this, big bud. Out wide, wait late, brake, turn in late, hug the side, look how late I turn in, follow this round, push out to the curb, come in, out to the curb, come in, we're on the straight. Obviously this is the warm-up lap, I'm not flooring it, but we might dab the brake and just turn in here. I yelled this well, to be fair to you. Come in over here, over the top, hug it, push out to the side, brake, come in tight, and that's the lap. Now we'll do with a bit more pace. Flag was for. Sunbeaming from. That's a serious car. He let me through there. distance. He could catch me anytime he wants. Exactly what he's doing right now. Now she's making the track a bit slippery. Everything's a bit twitchier. A good run, happy with that. Cruising round on the last lap. What did we learn today? Well, not a lot, I suppose, as far as my car goes, but what we have learned is that we can make friends. So obviously Trig's mates all come down, been talking to them all day. Like I say, Nad and his friends all come down, made some friends there. I have no doubt we'll catch up with them lads another time. In fact, they have a YouTube channel, so when I work out what it is, I'll stick a link in the description as well, and we'll don't know, maybe we can do something with them. They've got some nice cars between them lads, so let's see. And apart from that, that's it for me for today. least I thought it was, but I've just heard a funny noise under the car. Don't know what's going on there. Oh, it's because I drove over some gravel and the tyres are sticky. That makes sense. Right, so there we go. That's another video or another track day over and done with. So like I was saying, what have we learned today? Not a great deal. We've not really modified the car a whole lot since the last one. So really today was just something new. I was bored and I decided to come last night. So yeah, I'm glad I come because obviously got all the Trig's had to go in the car. He loves it. He thinks exactly the same as me. Yeah, it's not going to set your world on fire with how fast it is. It is what it is. It's a 95 brake horsepower car, but it handles really well and it's just fun. It's just a giggle. Now Trig's had some quick cars and he's currently got an ST170 on coilovers and all that sort of stuff, and you know he pushes that around the track pretty quick and he likes it. He enjoys this. So that's good to know, and it shows that we're modifying the car correctly and we chose a good base and all the rest of it. Some of the other people I bumped into, so Malcolm the rally driver, he's obviously a nice fella, and his mate, whose name I forgot, Phil I think he was called. If that's wrong then forgive me, but again a belting set of blokes. Hope I bump into them again sometime soon. So they were in the Subaru Impreza. It's the one I call a bug eye shape, an STI, and he's done all sorts to it. With his rally background, he's took it to the proper rally engine builders, and I don't know what they've done all sorts. Anyway, so it was about 330 brake horsepower, he reckons, and it looks like it was going really well. Sounded the part, and yeah, he was happy with his day. So what he was doing, he does like time trials and stage rallies and stuff, and he was using today as a shakedown day to set the car up properly and dial in his wheel alignment and all that sort of stuff. And he does it all the old school way with bits of string and stuff like that. So that was interesting to watch and to talk to him about, and you know, I think we've got a good friend there. And then obviously there was the lads from I think they said Wakefield way, Nad and his mates. Again, what a belting bunch of lads they were. So they've all got, you know, quick cars. One had a 300 brake horsepower Seat Cupra. Nad's car was a 330i Club Sport, and yeah, just a good bunch. So we went out and Nad let me have a go of his Club Sport, which again has always been a car I've wanted to drive and tick off the list of you know, cars that appealed to me in my youth, along with Cosworths and all the rest of it. They were just one of those cars. So anyway, I finally got to do that. I'm really glad I did. It was a nice car. The only thing is, it had a little bit of a funny issue changing into third gear. It was as if the clutch was slipping, but only specifically in third gear. So I don't know what that is. I'm going to do a bit of research on that. But with that sorted, that car would be really quick. So I went out in the car and I realised straight away the tyre pressures were way out. So we went back and adjusted them. And then we let Nad out in the car. So Nad's original driving lines and everything, they were off. It was his first ever track day, so they're going to be off, aren't they? You don't know your way around the track on your first track day, and that's fine. And he was a little bit erratic because he's a bit giddy and he's got all his mates with him and what have you, and started to be expected. young lads in powerful cars and they get a bit giddy. It's a bit sideways around the corner, it's like this everywhere. So we tried to rein it in with him. So I was telling him, go slower, Steve. The more steady you are, believe it or not, the quicker you'll go. And as he started steadying himself and taking slightly better lines, as I advised him sort of where to go and this and the other, he was getting really quick. He was making massive improvements. And then he got a little bit giddy, come off the track, ended up sideways and got a load of mud stuck in his wheel. So we called it a day at that point, got all the mud out, and I'll catch up with him in a minute when I get home, but I trust he's got home safely. And yeah, hope to bump into all them lads again. Again, like I say, great bunch of lads. Just a little bit giddy on the first track day, but you know, it happens, doesn't it? What are you going to do? And yeah, that was it really. So all Triggs mates were good lads. There was a lad there, Andy, with a Citroen AX. He had a Saxo VTS engine in it, and it's tinkered a little bit, but mostly stripped it all out. That was quick. I believe that's around about 135 brake horsepower, and he was pretty quick basically. Then there were some other fast cars. There was some Fiestas that were quick. There was an Accord Type R that was really quick, and then your usual track day special stuff, fiberglass sprint cars, that sort of stuff. They were interesting. And then obviously, as you'll have seen in the videos, or maybe you've not seen because maybe you don't watch all the videos, there was a Talbot Sunbeam or a Lotus Sunbeam, and that was really quick. He was toying around, he was playing, he let me overtake him, and then he re-overtook me, and it was just basically practicing. I didn't actually speak to him, but I think he's at the rally tomorrow that's going on, so I think he was just setting up specific corners and testing different entry points and things like that. So I don't really hold any value to overtaking him. He was playing, it wasn't a real overtake. But on the plus side for us, we got all sorts. We got Subaru Imprezas, we got VX220. I can't even remember everything, but we did a few things. We done a MX5, whatever. There was plenty of stuff. So again, just shows that the little KA isn't as bad as some people think it is. Really, it's a good choice of a track day car. But what I ultimately think it proves is that anything can be a good track day car. You've just got to pick the right type of cars for the right type of track. So Three Sisters, small, tight, windy track, and what you need is a small, short wheelbase car, and with a little bit of power. It doesn't need massive power, and you'll get around faster than most people. That's all I've done, and yeah, we're having a whale of a time. So I've babbled on for, I don't know, an hour here probably. We'll call it a day there. I think this car's going to come off the road now while we do the cam and the bucket seats and all the rest of it, and get it really dialed in for some serious track time. The only exception might be I'm on about doing Anglesey on my birthday, so let's see. I might not completely take it off the road, or we might stage some of the modifications, seeing as that's the hot word at the moment. Do things stage 1, stage 2, whatever. So we might do air filter and exhaust and stuff and see how we get on with that. We have a few plans with the exhaust to make it nice, not just stick it on. I'm going to do something interesting with it, and that's it really, I suppose. So we'll see you in the next video. That's right.